This is a true story. In 2022, we launched Bridgeview V2U. It's a way for Nigerians in diaspora to easily take care of their family's utility needs back home in Nigeria. Whether it's family or your project or your business, Bridgeview V2U helps you cover everything from data to electricity to monitoring your properties and all that. However, 3 months into Bridgeview V2U's launch, we had lost around $4,000 to fraud. This was a bootstrapped business. That was real money. And the most frustrating part was it was a very simple pattern of fraud. The fraudsters would come into our system, create an account, they would fund their wallet with stolen cards, and they would drain it through utility purchases right before we even noticed. They usually would come in the dead of the night. Now we would block one account, they would open another. Simple rinse and repeat process. It was like a syndicate of fraudsters were targeting us because I couldn't explain it because we were that frustrated. So one night I texted my CTO and I asked, is all this labor even worth it? We agreed on a call that day to shut things down the very next day because again, it wasn't worth it as the way I had seen it. But by morning, we knew we would not shut anything down. We also knew that we couldn't survive another 3 months with this kind of business, with this fraud happening consistently. And so because of that, we did something. This forced us to take a step back and do some very hard things. First, we didn't patch the fraud. That'd be easy, We rebuilt the entire system actually. And rebuilding the entire system left me with 2 very valuable lessons that have shaped my business decisions ever since. And it's still shaping the things we are investing our time in, even now. The first one is, a crisis is information about your system, not just the incident that happened, okay? And you need to pay attention to that. That angry customer, the deliverable that got rejected, the fraud situation that happened. These are not just problems to fix. They are diagnostics telling you what your system underneath is actually doing. A weak system, like I would always tell you, will always produce a weak business. And that can be catastrophic. Now, lesson 2, rebuild the category, not just the case. It can take an afternoon to patch a problem, right? And that can save you a transaction or 2. Maybe make a customer happy or kept, However, if you're rebuilding a category, that takes weeks and it forces you to rethink, probably pivot, shut down some market, and re-strategize. Most founders patch, but the ones that will still be standing in 5 to 10 years' time, they are the ones that rebuild. Remember, the patch fixes the incident, but the rebuild prevents the category. Cheers.